We made this easy, but no matter how difficult or tricky the question, this year's 2K TV Interactive Wizard answered correctly. So congratulations, Radiant Bowl 8965.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the WNBA.
It's the WNBA on 2K Sports. Welcome in, everybody. In this game, we'll see the Phoenix Mercury going up against the Las Vegas Aces. Here with Tim Swartz and Brian Banafitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and it's good to have you with us.
And we're just kicking off this season, so let me ask you two, what are you most excited about?
I love seeing how new players fit into their teams. Lots of interesting moves this offseason, but now we get to see how the pieces actually come together.
Yeah, and you know, for me, it's all about the rookies. I mean, lately it seems like every draft class has been absolutely loaded, so it's fun to see how they adjust to the pro game.
Just a classic modern wing. Kalia Copper is more than capable from three-point land.
Here's Stokes. Mercury with the rebound.
You just assume she's going to knock those down when she's as open as she was there.
And the basket by Copper.
Just really good awareness right there on the assist.
Gray outside. Pass to Young. Over Copper. Young shot's good.
Young for two.
And just about a minute into this first quarter. Up top to Rossi. A rebound by Gray.
The defenders cannot lose track of her because usually that shot will go down.
Launches it. Good. First shot, first basket.
A polished and reliable perimeter shooter. Gray won't think twice about shooting from outside.
Asi Pupa. Thomas outside. 6 to shoot. For 3, Diana Taurasi. Jackie Young the rebound.
They had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And when she's open like that, you don't see her miss that sort of look very often.
Sometimes it looks like Lloyd can do anything she wants out there. She is such a tough cover.
And for the #1 pick in the 2015 WNBA draft, it's safe to say that Jewel Lloyd has lived up to the hype.
Lloyd has been a steady, reliable scorer ever since she was selected with the top pick. Now in her 30s, she continues to be a key cog in this team's offense.
We know Alyssa Thomas is an outstanding all-around offensive player, but her defense is elite as well.
I mean, normally she's all defense. She's finished second in Defensive Player of the Year voting. She's led the league in steals. Thomas, you know, you talked about her all-around game on offense, but defensively, she makes a very big impact.
Young shot is off.
Copper outside.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first.
Are you kidding me? Copper is shredding defenders with her handles.
Down low and stolen by Brown.
Diana Taurasi on the wing. Gets a three-pointer to fall.
Her first make, and maybe that'll get her going.
The Aces trailing. Pass to Stokes. To stop the run. It doesn't go for her. Good D from Kalani Brown. Here's Copper. The basket good off the assist from Diana Taurasi.
Yeah, they've got themselves in front right now with some outstanding shooting right off the bat. You like to see that aggression early on.
It's been just an absolute clinic at that end of the floor. They're filling it up.
Foul called that time on the way up, and that'll give her 2 chances at the free throw.
If you don't stay grounded when defending an intelligent scorer like Wilson, she'll make you pay 8 out of 7 days a week.
Some changes for Phoenix. He's perfect from the line this time.
Whitcomb with it.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Out of bounds, it'll be Aces ball.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Mitchell outside.
Gustafson.
Some solid defense from Satu Sabali. Here's Uzan. She's covered by Mitchell. The three is up. Kept alive by Phoenix. Sabali. They shoot again. And so she draws the foul on the shot. Trip to the line to shoot two. That goes on Dana Evans.
An exciting young talent with an incredibly high ceiling. I envision Satu Sabali making a major impact in this league.
And for Satu Sabali, her third season was a good one. She was named the 2023 Most Improved Player.
Yeah, going from 11 to 18 points per game, looking much more comfortable offensively. Sabali, first team All-WNBA, one of the 5 best players in the league.
And another miss by Las Vegas. Phoenix in the lead. Inside, here's Prince. It's up and it's off the mark. One up, one not down. Wilson left side. Shoots over Sabali. Wilson with the bucket.
Coaches love a solid shooter like Wilson, a player you can rely on to get production from.
On the wing, Sammy Whitcomb.
And a miss there on the triple.
Personally, I am shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. She makes you pay on those nearly every time.
That one drops for her.
Few players better than Wilson inside, has a rare combo of touch and length, plus the desire to beat you.
Here's Uzan. Pass to Sabali. Shoots over Wilson. Sabali, good. They're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Mercury. They lead by 5. And we'll bring you the start of quarter 2 when we return. And now the second quarter just getting set to begin. And what do you guys think about the Mercury here in this one?
They've made the most of their fast break chances here in the early going.
Yeah, tie your shoelaces because they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Here's Ipupa. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
She had all the space she needed, but just could not find the bottom of the bucket.
Now here's Gray, trailing by 5. Ipupa with the rebound.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. They have a decent edge in rebounds.
And that hard work on the boards needs to continue. That could be what swings this game.
To the inside.
And stolen by Brown.
Pass to Copper. To Rossi. The 15-footer.
Gustafson with the rebound.
And here's Lloyd. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter play. Chelsea Gray for 3. Mercury with the rebound. Now Thomas. That's her second shot and her second basket. My math says that's 2 for 2.
They're passing the ball very crisply right now.
Their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Now a timeout called by Las Vegas. And one thing we can all agree on, we are fired up for the WNBA to come to the Bay Area in 2025.
100%. I mean, I grew up in the Bay Area. It's something I've always wanted, a WNBA team here in the Bay. Everybody has always wanted that.
and it's going to be a party at Chase Center. I can't wait to see this team get to action, and I know I'll be there opening day.
The Aces making a switch. And here's Young. On the wing, Jewel Lloyd. Three-pointer. We're now around a minute and a half into the second quarter. And so it looks like the Aces will retain possession here. Right side, Evans. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jewel Lloyd.
Well, straight up, the defense, they cannot let Evans get breathing room, or this is going to happen from deep.
To the paint, Brown. Nice pass, went up to the rack perfectly for the layup.
She's been able to find her open teammate every trip down the floor.
I mean, it sure has seemed like it, right? I mean, great day passing the rock. That is some dime dropping. Exquisite assist.
Copper outside. Brown inside. Argentius is there. And the basket by Brown.
Hard work on the glass once again, guys. They've put a lot of effort into their rebounding.
And that interior play, it's made a big difference in this game.
A shot by Parker Tyus, no good. A basket here would push their lead to double digits.
Looking in control.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
At the offensive end, she's done as much as they could have hoped for today.
And it's the Aces with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Here's Parker Tyus. That's in. She's got two made now, and she's shooting 2 for 3.
What a plus it is to get those looks in the paint.
Now a timeout called by Phoenix.
Well, Brian, her numbers may not pop out at you, but Dana Evans is a steadying presence at the point.
Absolutely. She makes good decisions. She excels at the pick and roll. She's got a reliable floater, and she plays aggressive on-ball defense.
Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by.
2 minutes.
Sammy Whitcomb goes in, lays it up and banks it in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop every time down. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
Or at least some fight.
And it's Wilson missing.
They've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding numbers, too.
Yeah, it's been a gritty performance and a physical brand of basketball, but, hey, that's how you win.
Bring your lunch pail.
Here's Whitcomb. Off target with the jump hook.
But he should be thanking her for that miss.
Wilson with it.
Sabali's there.
Wilson guarded by Sabali. Wilson can't hit.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy, because 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
Here's Prince. And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her.
First personal foul.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send him to the line.
Exactly. You want to prevent the layup, give them a little knock, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming down the lane the next time around.
It does send a message.
Now here's Gray. Evans. Whitcomb defending. Evans with the bucket.
Awesome job capitalizing inside. Dana Evans pushing through the physicality.
Phoenix in the lead.
Here's Uzan.
Pass to Whitcomb. Three-pointer. Can't hit that one.
She's been ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Young shot's good.
Keeping Young out of the paint has to be a focus for this defense. She is so effective near the rim.
Phoenix with the ball. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pulls it. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Perfect screen there. Set her up with a terrific look.
Yeah, but that's a bad job by the defender to not fight through that screen to contest.
You want to see more effort there.
Bucket is good.
And they're really keeping that ball hopping around.
Yeah, hip hopping around if you ask me. Look, their last 5 trips have all ended with a great pass leading to a hoop. They are really sharing the basketball.
And they're pushing it up. Pushing it up. And that one's good.
Great job taking advantage of the steal and getting the easy points in transition.
Just how you draw it up. Great defensive work and aggressive play in the open court.
Defense leading to offense.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got...
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your youth dance squad.
It's been a back-and-forth game with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter getting started here.
And one player who's been getting it done, Kalia Copper.
Her play in the first half was very disciplined, very efficient. Her shot selection was consistently excellent.
That's right. And whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, she's taking only what the defense is giving her and not trying to do too much.
I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway, but it counts just the same.
And 2023 featured the closest MVP vote ever, with Alyssa Thomas finishing second.
Yeah, it was interesting. And Thomas actually got the most first place votes, but finished just behind Brianna Stewart, just ahead of Asia Wilson. Thomas averaging 16, 10, and 8. All defense, too. About as good of an all-around year as we've seen.
Here's Ipupa.
Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. Here's Thomas. Wilson pulls it down. Las Vegas trailing. Thomas with the steal. Now here's Taurasi. Covered by Lloyd. Taurasi, and that's good.
There's so much creativity in Taurasi's game. And I've noticed that she's so good at finding different ways to work around contact.
And she gets the bucket.
Their crisp passing has opened things up offensively.
Yeah, it makes the game easy. 10 straight points off of an assist. That's impressive.
And the Mercury call time here.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your youth dance squad.
And we're about 1.5 minutes here into the second half. Now here's Taurasi, covered by Lloyd. Copper outside. Yes, and a nice assist from Diane Taurasi.
They're doing some work here in the second half. 3 for 4 from the floor.
To the middle.
Parker Tyus.
Good D from Kalani Brown.
If she can get to the rim, she'll usually turn it into points, but the defense stood tall there.
Here's Wnba. Guarded by Young. Here's to Rossi. Rebound by the Aces.
Okay, look. I know she isn't having the best of games from the floor, but it hasn't seemed to hurt them.
And so it looks like the Aces will retain possession here. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. The Aces with another miss.
The defense has to play tight on her, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss.
Thomas, good.
Keeps defenders uncomfortable, and I think it's because of Thomas's ability to play assertive but composed around the rim.
Now here is Lloyd. And she comes up with the deuce.
You know, they've been extremely efficient and effective getting the ball inside.
Totally. I mean, we're seeing some real shortcomings from this defense. They've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Pass to Uzan. The kick out to Copper. Let's go with a 3. It falls for her 7th bucket of the contest. She's 7 for 9 today.
They're in great position thanks to their accurate three-point shooting.
You got that right, Tim. And you don't usually get too many of those things right. But look, they're just lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
Come on, man.
Timeout called the Aces.
And Brian, what do you think it is about Kahleah Copper that makes her such a top-tier offensive weapon?
Most would say her pure skills, but you can't overlook her effort level. When Copper's on the floor, she's giving you everything she has, and then some.
One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Gustafson can't hit. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone now. Copper outside. Off target from three-point range. Pass to Young.
Gustafson with it.
Takes the 3. That shot off the mark.
Their rebounding has been off the chart today, guys, and that's the #1 reason why this game is out of hand right now.
Exactly. Their lead is not surprising, given their advantage on the glass.
You know, despite playing lots of time at the 3, Copper is inside a lot, and it just kind of makes her a different type of matchup.
Both good at the line. Now Gray. She has 5. Here's Stokes.
Mack grabs the miss.
Just stay closer. I mean, really, that's all the defender had to do there.
And the basket by Savali.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Pass to Stokes. Here's to Rossi.
Here's Mack.
And a good offensive board, and she gets the bucket.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Stokes misses.
Really tough for this club right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they try, it doesn't work. Gotta slow it down and just get back to the basics and the fundamentals. Yeah, her touch has deserted her this quarter. Nowhere to be found.
To halt the run.
Offensive rebound.
Goes back up. The shot that time not on target. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Mercury. They lead by 18. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for the fourth quarter. And thanks again for joining us. We'll see what happens in the fourth. Here's Gray. Lloyd. For 3. It's rebounded by Phoenix. On the wing, Kalia Copper. Another shot, and she lays it up and in.
Another bucket in the paint. That's just something they have not been able to stop today. And if they want to win this game, they got to figure out how to stop it.
You know, Brian, I think it's time to switch things up on D. What they've got going on right now is not getting it done.
And the Aces call time here.
And looking around the league, Brian, which team do you think has the best young core?
Oh, this is an easy one. I'm going with the franchise that has the last 2 #1 overall picks, the Indiana Fever.
Yeah, and those two fit so well. I mean, Aaliyah Boston dominating the paint, Caitlin Clark on the perimeter. Good luck stopping that pick and roll.
Now here's Mitchell. This one for 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
And when Mitchell's threes are falling, she's nearly unguardable. There's just so much you have to account for.
Now here's Copper. She makes her 9th shot of the game, and she has missed only 4.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
No luck needed. It is working for sure. 5 of their last 6 field goals, they've come from inside the paint.
Now here's Taurasi from outside the arc. Wilson pulls it down.
Well, they're winning despite her errant shooting.
Mitchell. That's good, and it's Asia Wilson with the assist.
If Mitchell gets to the rim, she's usually going to convert. She's such a skilled finisher.
Asi Pupa. Now here's Thomas. Here's Copper. And there's another one for the Mercury. And here are the Aces now, trailing by 19. Now here's Mitchell. Tight defense on her. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th here. It's stolen by Tiffany Mitchell. Wilson with it. Picked up by Thomas. Down low. Parker Tyus takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Tremendous find by Lloyd. She's really a combo guard, but she has point guard savvy. Senses when her teammates are open.
Now a timeout called by Phoenix.
Yeah, coach wants to get everybody on the same page out there and maybe change up some things as well.
Yeah, that's probably a good timeout. You might as well talk things through.
And kind of change that game plan as well.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. To the inside. And Thomas gets it to go.
Well, she's been reliable again today. They need her points, and she's providing them.
Puts one up from 19. Tried to bank it in, but misses.
Boy, I mean, that shot had no chance of going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places she could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Here's Ipupa. 5 to shoot. Back to Taurasi. Offensive board. Count it.
Talk about playing with intensity. On the offensive glass, Brown is a matchup nightmare.
Now here is Lloyd. 14 feet out. And she buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Well, she's been a bright spot in what has otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Pass to Copper. Brown. She's covered by Mitchell. Here's Ipupa. Thomas. And stolen by Asia Wilson. Here's Evans. That's in there. Tiffany Mitchell with the assist.
Tremendous vision from Mitchell to spot the wide open teammate. That kind of unselfishness is contagious.
Copper outside. Inside. And she finishes nicely on the layup.
That's the type of lead pass we've really come to expect from her.
Pass to Wilson. Good D from Kalani Brown. And here the Mercury. Here's Ipupa. 14 feet out. Up top to Rossi. The rebound by Evans.
Well, to me at least, Brian, it looked like it was going to be an easy 2 points there.
You're right, Tim, and she's got some angry words for herself after that miss.
Now a timeout called by Las Vegas. And a new group getting ready for the Mercury. Here's Las Vegas. 19-point game. Here's Gray. And yes, he's got the English that time as it falls. And so here's Phoenix. Here's Uzan. Pass to Brown. On the wing, Sammy Whitcomb. And the call will be against Mitchell. That is her first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Aces. Prince. She's guarded by Parker Tyus. Here's Uzan. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it fly. Whitcomb misses. Here's Las Vegas. Trailing by 17. Finished off the break.
This run really not doing them any good, coming as late as it has.
Yeah, but give them credit for showing the fight they're showing, Tim. It would have been real easy to just throw in the towel by now.
Yeah, but it's still going to be a loss probably.
Here's Uzan. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. And in the end, a comfortable win in what was a pretty hostile environment.
Yeah, you know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems tonight.
So that's going to do it for this one, folks.